Right, what's up? Welcome back to DJ Pro Scratch School. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and in this DJ Pro Scratch lesson, we're learning the reverse scratch. So this one's a little bit tricky. It requires the crossfader. It requires the song to be playing. So let's get started. So with the reverse scratch, we're going to want to get the sound of the record going backwards, but we're going to want to cut out the sound of it going forward. So to do this, we're going to have to be really quick with the crossfader. So let me show you guys how I want to do it. So for this one, we're going to be using the first sample in the DJ Qbert sample pack. So if you go up here, Scratch Tools, and then it's this yellow one. The reason why I'm using this scratch sample is because it's smaller, so you'll be able to get to the end of it easier. So over here, you see how it starts here and then it ends over here? You're gonna start the track at where it ends instead of starting it in the beginning, like if you were doing the forward scratch or the baby scratch. Instead of playing it like this, like that, we want the reverse noise, which is this. So what you guys have to get good at doing is making the reverse noise, rewinding it with the crossfader off, bringing it back, rewind it, bring it back, bring it back. Now this gets kind of tricky because once you move the jog wheel, it's hard to move your finger and bring it back. So I'm going to show you what to do. Have the record on so the record's playing. Keep the crossfader off so it's off. Go to the end. And now find the position where you can make your finger comfortable, because you're going to have to bring it back and bring it forward. Bring it back and bring it forward. So find a good range of motion right there. Same thing if you're using a controller, but it's going to be your whole hand instead of your finger. So now that we got a good range of motion, now turn the record on so it's playing. Use the trick where you just have the crossfader off and leave your finger on the crossfader, and then as soon as you let go, it's going to move the crossfader off. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then crossfader off, bring it back, boom, bring it back, boom, bring it back, boom, bring it back, boom, bring it back. And now, like with the other ones, it's going to seem kind of silly and it's going to be annoying and tedious, but just practice doing that. Practice making the reverse sound without doing that, without getting the other samples in, without getting the forward noise. And then once you got that down, now we could try it with a beat. So for this example, I'm using the Retro 80s looper pack. So, boom. Now switch back to our waveforms so we could see a little better. So now just practice doing it on beat and not getting any of the forward noise, not getting any baby scratch noise, just reverse. And just like with the baby scratch, the faster you go, the more high pitched the sample's gonna sound, and the slower you go, the more low pitched the sample is gonna sound. So now what's really cool with this is you could add it, you could use it in your combos, and now if you watched all of the videos in this series, you got the baby scratch, you got the chirp scratch, you got the reverse scratch, and now you could put those all together. So I'm gonna show you a little freestyle scratching using all the scratches that we learned, including the reverse scratch. So let's start up a beat. So you guys can practice with this, find out which combos work the best with you. Also, if you guys want, instead of just using the scratch samples that are already available, there are some great songs out there that you could use when you access your streaming service that has the perfect samples for you to scratch, like this one, Hot in Here by Nelly. Boom, that's one that I used a lot, so you could do that, and with a lot of combos you could do. And then you could start the song playing. So use all of the scratches that you learn and use them in combos and keep practicing with those ones because these are the fundamental scratches. There are more advanced scratches that you could learn and I'm going to cover in more advanced videos, but get good with these ones because these are the scratches that the other ones are based upon. And once you master them on the iPad, consider getting a controller, or if you already have one, practice on the controller so that you could scratch on both the controller and the iPad. So no matter what equipment you're using, you'll be able to hop on and scratch. Also, have yourself a scratching playlist. So go over here to your playlist. Mine is called Instruments, and in here I have acapellas, scratching beats, and all this type of stuff. But just remember that any songs, whenever you have a song from or even if it's just samples from a streaming service, it's going to not let you record inside the DJ Pro app. You could still do a screen recording, which will have perfect audio. But if you are trying to use the record button inside DJ Pro and then make a track into there with your scratching, make sure that there's nothing from a streaming service loaded onto a deck. So if you guys like learning about scratching, learning about doing tricks in DJ Pro and all the best settings and the future of DJing with the iPad and also DJing in the metaverse, subscribe to my channel. I make videos about DJing every day and you guys are the ones that make it all possible. So let me know in the comment section if there's anything you guys want me to go over and I will be glad to answer. Thank you.